Hello again. Now, actually, it's the last topic, but if I have time, I will talk about this, what we call it, pumping lemma. And if we have time at the end, and I will not ask you about it in the exam. However, for the sake of completeness, I may have to remember this or to do this. Anyway, now remember we have discussed last time the Chomsky normal form. Okay, and there is one more scientist. He called Greibach normal form GNF. This is another, I think he's from Holland. This scientist, the previous scientist is from Russia. So this scientist said the following. Give me any context-free grammar in C and F. I can put it in my form. What is the form of G and F? The form of G and F is the following. Look, remember C and F, we have in C and F form means right-hand side is either the right-hand side single terminal or two non-terminals. This is C and F. Now, G and F. G and F form, right-hand side is this form, right-hand side is A followed by alpha. Single terminal. This is any, the word any is very important. Any means zero included. Any number of non-terminals including zero. Any number of non-terminals. It can be zero non-terminals, which means only a single terminal, or a single terminal followed by one non-terminal, a single terminal followed by two non-terminals, a single terminal followed by three non-terminals, a single terminal followed by four non-terminals, five non-terminals, six non-terminals, 100 non-terminals, any number of non-terminals. Now, if we put the grammar in this form, by the way, again, this is needed for some algorithms in compiler construction. Okay? It is needed there. So you will see that we need that. By the way, the input of G and F is C and F. So G and F, Greiman says that given any, look, the given any context-free grammar in C and F form, we can find an equivalent grammar in G and F form. Okay? So it requires first, so if I give you a context-free grammar and say convert it to G and F, first you have to convert it to C and F. Okay? Then we will convert it to G and F. Now, so we understood what's the grammar. It is a single terminal followed by any number of non-terminals. All the productions are of this form. Now, before going to the G and F form, while we are doing the algorithm, we need to use another algorithm inside this algorithm. Inside, when we convert the grammar, remember, for C and F, we have three steps. Unit production, secondary production, process unit production, process secondary production, process tertiary productions. That was the steps very clear. For G and F, we have also some steps, or we have some algorithms, some algorithm to follow. But in GNF, while we are doing GNF, we are using another algorithm. What is this algorithm? It's called left recursivity. Left recursivity algorithm. Left recursivity. What is the meaning of this? Is the following. So removing the idea of left recursivity, removing left recursive productions. By the way, I may ask you in the exam, just give you a grammar or productions and say to you, remove the left recursivity productions, or remove the left recursive productions. So let me give you an example, and I will give you a shortcut here. For example, A gives AA or AAB or B or BB, or let me say, I think BB have, or B. It doesn't matter. Now, what do we mean by left recursivity? Left recursivity means this letter and this letter, they are same. A, on the left. You see, what's the left? The left-hand side is A. Here, on the left, what is the most left variable here? It's again A. So this is called left recursivity. Also, this is left recursivity. So I have here two left recursive productions. We don't like left recursive productions. We have to get rid of this. So I can change this grammar. I can find an equivalent grammar, equivalent productions, without left recursivity. Is it okay? So in this grammar, or in this productions, we have left recursivity. Now I can find another equivalent productions or grammar without left recursivity. So the idea is to remove left recursivity. Look how I will do this. Look, this is a shortcut, and you have to understand it. I will not write the algorithm. Look what you have to do. First, where is the left recursivity? Here and here. You will hide it. You will hide the left recursivity. What is left? BB or B. So I will write it. A gives BB or B. Okay, what I did again, I will hide the left recursivity. So there is left recursivity, I will hide these productions. I will hide them. So what is the remaining? BBB or B. I will write it. Then I will write it again twice. BB or B. I will write it twice, and I will introduce a new non-terminal for the second time. I will make it Z1. Z1. Okay? So I am repeating again. What I did, we hid the left recursivity, and we wrote the remaining BBB twice. BB, B, BB, B. For the second time, I will append, concatenate it with, or append a new non-terminal. I call it Z1, Z. Okay? Then Z1 gives. Now, in the previous step, what I did, I hid the left recursivity. Now I will hide the other part and keep the left recursivity. What is the left recursivity here? A, B. I will write it without left recursivity. So if I remove the left recursivity from this, what will be left? Remove the left recursivity. In the second step, you have to remove the left recursivity. So what will be left if you remove the left recursivity? Small a or small a, small b. So I will write it small a or small a, small b. And I will write it twice. Small a, small a, small b. And I will append like what I did here. I will append z1 to the second repetition. I finished. That's it. That's it. So whatever you can do here, you will do here. You can do here. Okay, so these are equivalent. But do we have any left recursivity here? I have A. Do we have A here? No. I have Z1. Do we have on the left, not on the right. On the left, do we have Z1? No. So I don't have any left recursivity here. Okay, any question? So let me repeat again. Left recursivity, we will use this algorithm inside the algorithm of GNF. It is one of the steps. So I am repeating again. What we do, I have left recursivity here. Again, in the first step, what I will do, I will hide the left recursivity. I will write the remaining as they are B, 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 twice. B, 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 okay, twice. And in the second time, I will append a new non-terminal called Z or Z1. Second step, I will hide the other part and I will rewrite the remaining where we have left recursivity without left recursivity. So A, A, B, A, A, B. I will write it twice and I will append sorry, this is Z1. I will append the introduced non-terminal again in the second part. Okay, so I finished left recursivity. Now let's go to the GNF. Okay, GNF. Now I will start with an example. Convert the following grammar into GNF form. Okay, the grammar is S gives AB, okay, A gives BS or B, and B gives SA or E. By the way, I told you that the grammar should be in CNF form. Is this CNF form? If it's not in CNF, first I have to convert it to CNF. Well, two non-terminals, yes. Two non-terminals, yes. Terminal, yes. Two non-terminals, yes. Terminal, yes. Remember, CNF means on the right-hand side, either I have a single terminal or two non-terminals. And this is what I have here. Now, step one. Rename the non-terminals as. Rename the non-terminals. S A subscript 1. What are the non-terminals that we have here? The start symbol should be A subscript 1. For the others, you are free. We have A, we have B. A will be A subscript 2, and B will be A subscript 3. You can put A subscript 2 and B subscript 2 and A subscript 3. It doesn't matter. But, we go in order. But you have to put A1 as the start symbol. Is this okay? It's very easy. Now, rewrite the grammar. So, A1 gives A2, A3. A2 gives A3, A1 or B. A3 gives A1, A is A2 or A. So let me, I will erase the question. So this is the first step. So let me write it here. A1 gives A2, A3. A2 gives A3, A1 or B, and A3 gives A1, A2 or A. Is it okay? So it's very easy, the first step. So step 1, rename the non-terminals as S should be A1, and you have the others, you can then A2, A3. How many? If you have A, B, C, S, A, B, C, then A1, A2, A3, A4, and so on. So this is what you obtain. Step 2. Check. AI gives AJ. AI gives AJ. Okay. AI gives AJ. Or let me say, modify. Step 2. Modify the productions of the form. Modify the productions of the form AI gives AJ gamma, whatever, AI, so that J should be greater than I. You will modify the productions so that J should be greater than I. The subscript J should be greater than the subscript J. I. J should be greater than I. 1, 2. 2 is greater than 1. Okay, no problem. 2, 3. 3 is greater than 2. No problem. Oh, by the way, A to B gives B. I will not touch it because this is G and F. This is G and F. A3 gives A. It is G and F. G and F means single terminal followed by any number of non-terminals, which means it can be only a single terminal or a single terminal followed by one non-terminal followed by two non-terminals and so on. So A3, A1, A2. Oh, this is not okay. J is not greater than I. So I have to process this production. A3 gives A1, A2 is replaced by A3 gives, instead of A1, what can I put? Instead of A1, I can put A2, A3. So A2, A3, and I have A2. So instead of this A1, I put A2, A3. Okay, so is J greater than I? Oh, no. So you will continue. A3 gives. Instead of this A2, what you can put? Instead of this A2, and is replaced by, because still, I should have J greater than I. But here 2 is not greater than 3, so I will continue. A3, instead of this A2, what can I put? Instead of A2, I have two things. I can put A3, A1, or B. So put A3, A1. This is instead of A2. And I have A3, A2. Or, instead of A2, I can put B. So you have B instead of A2. You can put B because we have two things here. I can put B instead of A2. So what will be the remaining? A3, A2. It's okay? Now rewrite. Now step 2 is finished. Here, by the way, is here J greater than I? No, but what is this? What is this? A3, A3. This is left recursivity. This is left recursive. Now apply left recursivity. Apply left recursivity algorithm. Left recursivity. You know this. Apply left recursivity. How to apply left recursivity? I will hide the left recursivity. So A3, so this will be like this. A3, okay. A3, I will hide this. What is the remaining? B, A3, A2, or B, A3, A2, Z, or can I put it, let me name it as B3. You can name any B3. You can name any variable. What is the next? You will hide this. What will be the remaining? This without left recursivity. A3 gives without left. A1, A3, A2, or A1, A3, A2. I will write it twice with the new variable. Sorry. B3, the variable B3, the new variable that I put, it will be the new variable I put. I will hide this, then I will use this without left recursivity, as we did before. So the B3 will be A1, A3, A2, and I will repeat it with B3. I finished. Now let's rewrite the grammar. So let's rewrite the grammar. So the grammar will be A1 gives A2, A3. A2 gives A3, A1, or B. Now instead of A3, blah, 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 I have these two. A3 gives B, A3, A2, or B, A3, A2. The Z, I call it B3 because it is A3, so I put it B3. You can put it Z. And B3, this goes to A1, A3, A2, or A1, A3, A2, B3. Okay, so I finished. I finished up to now, but we didn't finish all things. Now, after this, you should have J greater than I. 2 greater than 1, 3 greater than 2. Oh, A3 gives me, this is GNF. This is GNF. Single terminal followed by any number of non-terminals, so no problem here. This is okay. Here, here I don't have AI, AJ. I have something else here. Now look, who is okay now? Who is in GNF? Who is in GNF? A3. Now, where do we have A3 as the leftmost non-terminal on the right-hand side? Where do we have A3 as the leftmost non-terminal on the right-hand side? Here. You see? Leftmost non-terminal. So, I will replace this replaced by. I will replace, this is okay. This production is okay. So instead of A3, I will put this or this. So instead of A3, I have A2 is replaced by, let me write it here, replaced by. Now, A2 gives, instead of this A3, instead of the A3, I will write this or this. So B A3 A2, B A3 A2, and I have A1, or instead of A3, I can put B A3 A2 B3, B A3 A2 B3, and don't forget A1 because this is instead of A3, A1, or I have B. Now, is this production in G and F? Yes. A single terminal followed by 3 non-terminals. A single terminal followed by 4 non-terminals. A single terminal followed by 0 non-terminals. So this is also G and F. And this is, so let me write it in red. This is okay. This is okay. So this is okay, this is okay. Now, who is okay? A3, A2. A2 is okay. Now, where do we have A2, because it's okay, A2 as the leftmost production on the right-hand side? On the right-hand side, oops, here. So, I will replace this, replaced by. Replaced by. Now, this A1 gives A1. Can I write it here? Because in order, so A2 gives A3, A1 or B is replaced by. And here, A1 gives A2, A3 is replaced by. Okay, A1. Now, instead of A2, what can I put? I can put this or this or this. So put it. B, A3, A2, A1. This is instead of A2. A2. So, and I have A3. Or I can put this instead of A2. B, A3, A2, B3, A1, A3. Or I can put this B instead of A2, A3. Oh, now A1 is also okay. So, A3 productions, okay. A2 productions, okay. A1 productions, okay. Now, who is left? Who is left? B3, A1, I have A1 here. So, where do we have A1 as the leftmost production? On the right-hand side, here and here. I have 2 here. So, this is replaced by. Oh, now, B3, where I will write it. Can I write it? No, okay. B3 gives. Now, instead of A1, I can write all these. B, A3, A2, A1, A3. And this is instead of A1. And I have A3, A2. Or, instead of A1, I can write B, A3, A2, B3, A1, A3, A3, A2. A3, A2. Okay? Or, instead of A1, I can have B, A3. B, A3, A3, A2. Or, now for this A1, again, I have to repeat the same thing. Instead of this A1, I can have B, A3, A2, A1, A3, then A3, A2, B3. A3, A2, B3. Or, instead of this A1, I can write B, A3, A2, B3, A1, A3, A3, A2, B3, A3, A2, B3. Or instead of A1, I can write BA3, BA3, A3, A2, B3. So let's, now is B3 single terminal followed by non-terminals, single terminal followed by non-terminals, single terminal followed by non-terminals, so this is okay. Now, just put them all together. Put them all together. Put them all together. So you will have, and you will write them here. A1 gives. Okay? So I will write, just write in the example because the video is finishing now. So just write these productions. Put them here. Okay? Write them here. This is A1. Then A2. Take these productions. Put them here. A1, A2, A3. Take these productions. Put them here. Take these productions. Put them here. Write them in your notes. So you will have A1, here, A1, single terminal followed by non-terminal, single terminal followed by non-terminal, single terminal followed by non-terminals, single terminal followed by non-terminal, single terminal followed by non-terminal, single terminal alone, single terminal followed by non-terminals, same. I finished. Now all the algorithm is finished. Okay? So I hope you understood this. The time is finishing. So see you in next session.